Don't like drawing backgrounds? Yeah, I can tell. Not to worry, boo-boos, because today I'll be covering how to come up with backgrounds that suit your art and stories, as well as sharing useful hacks and tips for mastering drawing backgrounds. Though I will be covering perspective in this video, my next video will have tips and tricks for drawing perspective and will also have a step-by-step tutorial on how to master perspective. So be sure to subscribe so you will not miss that video and become an official member of the Mushroom family. And without further ado, let's get started. If you don't like drawing backgrounds or you find it really hard to come up with ideas for backgrounds, maybe you're just drawing backgrounds that are really boring for you. Personally, I hate drawing buildings, I hate drawing cars, I find them ugly, I find them boring. However, I adore the look of churches, temples, and Art Deco architecture, so find what you enjoy and incorporate that into drawing backgrounds to make it more enjoyable for you. This doesn't mean always avoid drawing things you find boring or ugly, but definitely while you're practicing perspective and drawing backgrounds, try to focus on things that you really like and think are really beautiful, because it just makes the whole experience that much better and you're more likely to practice more often. Pro tip: in order to get better at drawing backgrounds, you need to actually draw backgrounds. You don't say! It's true! I know it sounds silly, but I emphasize this. If you find them difficult to draw, you may have been avoiding them for far too long. You need to practice every day, and you cannot let days and weeks pass in between practice sessions. You will get rusty. And there are two ways to properly practice: the academic way and the natural way. First, the natural way, because it's my favorite. The natural way. Use your own illustrations as a fun excuse to practice backgrounds. You don't necessarily need to fill a sketchbook up with repetitive drawings of buildings and all that to improve your background drawing skills. However, you need to actually draw backgrounds to improve. So I enjoy practicing and experimenting with my actual artwork. I'll draw some characters of mine and then incorporate a background into the mix. But this doesn't mean that you shouldn't keep a sketchbook and practice backgrounds in it a couple times a week. Now, the academic way. Practice by drawing simple backgrounds like a straight hallway. And if your school allows you to, ask a teacher or something if you can sit in the hallway during your lunch break so that you can draw their hallway. Really focus on the lines of the walls, the doors, and the tiles. You'll notice that they're all leading in the same direction and seem to meet at one point. You'll also notice that everything seems to get smaller and smaller the farther away it is from you. The furthest things from you always look smaller, and whatever's closest to you looks bigger. That's a little bit of perspective. You'll notice that all the lines of the walls, of the doors, of the tiles seem to meet at one point. The area where all the lines lead to is called the vanishing point. But we'll talk more about perspective and all these lines and all the rules in part 2 of this video, so be sure to subscribe so you do not miss that video. There will be a step-by-step tutorial on how to draw a full background using perspective, vanishing points, and all that good stuff. You don't want to miss it, boo-boo. You want to be around for that video. Number 3, coming up with backgrounds can be really difficult, so I recommend doing 2 things. Really understand the mood of the scene you're drawing, and understand the characters you're drawing. Understand where they are, who they are, what they're doing, and why. This way, you can begin to have an idea of what the background can possibly look like by really focusing on these key elements. And do a little hunting for some inspiration. I love taking pictures in my city, and using those photos as reference is awesome. But I also have books on architecture and books on natural scenery. And when I was little, I used to go through my grandmother's old encyclopedia from the 1970s, and I used to go through the pages and find lots of drawing reference there too. Also, a quick Google search can yield a lot of great results. But be sure not to use any copyrighted photographs. Those are other people's artwork. Make sure to only stick to stock photos that are free to use. You don't want to disrespect an artist, and you don't want to, infringe on their copyrights. That's, kind of illegal. So don't do it. So guys, do you use any of these tricks already? And did I mention anything that you're excited to try? Please let me know in the comments down there, and be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you found it useful. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss part 2, where I'll be showing you step by step how to draw in perspective and all that good stuff. I have so much to share with you, and I'm so excited to share them with you. So until next time guys, please take care, God bless, and do not be afraid to nerd out. Take care guys!